It is a top-down shooter combined with a top-down vehicular shooter, a combination which is reminiscent of Project Nomads. It's kinda open world-ish, where you clean up and mop up zones, as Creed style. The game has a decent art style, mostly, but then it all runs in Muggle OS render, where everything is aliased to hell. What exactly did stop you from drawing that line in vector? What made you to chase 10 years outdated MAGA trends of MAGA recreating MAGA tendencies? And then the square sprites are just rotated around like it's flash animation. That's like one MAGA and another MAGA. Two different MAGAs from two different generations combined. Then the whole Steam presentation has like 5 different art styles. Different pictures of the protagonist range from VIP to Western cartoon, and all are different from the in-game art. The cutscenes of this game running on 2D low-res sprites are pre-recorded instead of running in engine. So they are extremely overcompressed and look like absolute mess. It's like watching YouTube in 144p, and then intro and outro are parallel, animated by squishing sprites, and because it sucks, it stretches to different aspect ratios. The game has only one save slot, which saves automatically. The best decision to manufacture a disaster. Not only that's asking to be corrupted or bugged, this game is actually filled with minor bugs. You are anxious for your stupid save in this about 24 plus hours game from start to finish. I was stuck with no controls, I was bugged out, I encountered immortal enemies many times. One of my unique guns disappeared because I was bugged by a cutscene and had to Alt F4. Not having manual saves and quick saves into any amount of separate files is degenerate. It's literally hostile brain dead design. It's bad in games that run stable, and in crappy buggatrons that are barely holding together, it's insane. So I started the game, as always, on easy, because as a working adult, I hate that games don't respect my limited and very short time on this earth. If a game is good, it is good on the easiest. If it's bad on the easiest, it is always bad. And then it turned out that the easy difficulty in this game is actually the game's Journeys Pro mode. I barely ever died, mostly only because of the bugs. And still it was a correct choice for this game, because even on the easiest, even after I grinded and maxed out all my guns and set all of them for maximum damage, the enemies are stupid boring damage sponges to match Borderlands. A stupid lovely goon eats about 2 full magazines, and you fight thousands of them. And then there are advanced and strong goons, and the tanky endgame enemies. And of course this is no Crimson Land, no alien shooter, no Jidge. The combat is a stupid chaotic mess where half the enemy goons just run at you twice faster than you, to fly around you in a melee like moths trying to kilometers per second themselves off a light bulb. The kinesthetics suck, the gunplay sucks, and the enemies suck. All of it is unsatisfying and would be extremely bad if I wasn't playing on the game's journalists difficulty. The crappy controls are not restricted only to on-foot combat. The vehicular combat is also not good. It also has unsatisfying game feel and damage sponge enemies. Like a single naked dude with a propeller on his back can tank several maxed out rockets from your airship. All the menus suck insane balls. It's almost never enough to just press a button. No, for most of the GUI, you have to press and hold the buttons for almost 2 seconds. So, how do you feel about selling 2000 items one by one, 2 seconds each? At the mid-game, there appears a raid NPC who so-called spoils the ending. He appears too early instead of after the daddy issues. And the raid sucks. It's one same map you are expected to repeat about 30 times with different mouses. The small amount of randomness in it can entirely ruin your run. Like you can pick 4 mouses before you start, and if you choose to finish a run with no awaits, the game can easily force you through a route that is impossible without awaits. And basically, every run is an escort mission, or 2. Enjoy escorting the civilian with these unkillable damage sponges and not having most of your damage output options. At least gun limit challenges don't count the knife, so you can restrict yourself to 4 different gun runs, but use only your knife and abilities and complete all 4 of them. Good luck protecting the civilian only with your knife, while playing above the so-called game's journalist difficulty. And of course I got the immortal enemies many times, sometimes 4 runs in a row, including the last HP of the last boss getting stuck. For all that suffering, you get the super guns, which deal as much damage as starting weapons in properly balanced games, which is a significant improvement over anything you have. The game being bugged is scary when you think about the achievements, but even with it deleting one of my unique guns, I managed to get them all. I like top-down shooters. The mid story, which I played in Russian after I checked the credits, is decent. If you remove the ugly terrible muggy graphics, fix all the bugs, fix the single automatic save slot, and rebalance the game to actually have combat instead of damage sponges, it could become one of the great games. But as is, do you feel lucky? Do you want a mid top-down map painting mob upper?